Brothers and sisters, family, generals, welcome to another edition of EBX Discussion. And I want to get right on into it because this has been in my spirit. Together we rise like the phoenix from the ashes. When we, understand where we've come from, where we've been, what's going on around us. When we finally get that, man, I always say, if we went through the layers and done what we have to do is to be, not perfect, but perfect intentions and just being that righteous brother and sister we can possibly be, then we stand together. And that's family. That's in our personal lives, brothers and sisters in the world or online. When we see those that are connecting and coming together, which there is those out there that are connecting, or those that are not and being, and causing friction. I have to say, I feel sorry for those who are causing friction. I'm talking about melanated brothers and sisters, you're going to see later on, so that's why you have a lot of reachers and teachers, and that can be in our families. Anybody that's wise and aware and see, superficial things for what they are, and, which can have melanated brothers and sisters focusing on the wrong things of this world, which a lot of us speak on. But we have to get to a space where we see the important things of connecting brothers and sisters, especially young brothers and sisters, because some of us have children, or we know children, or we know friends that have children. So it's always called the ripple effect thing. It's a domino effect, especially if you're head of a household, or you are the wise one of a family, or you have some kind of influence just wherever we are, wherever part of the world or where space we're in. That's when it matters, when we have children involved, or a significant other if we have one, the opposite sex. That's what I'm talking about, the opposite sex. And, it's just other things. We just have to weigh out a lot of things on the scale, so to speak. You have to get away from, we get to the pit of our souls and, be true to oneself. But, of course, the picture is way broader and bigger than just ourselves, We have to think of the outcome of those we connected to. And even if we haven't seen them, if we do speak to a brother or have spoke to a brother or a sister, you just never know how that universe works. Well, we do once we learn, things about the universe and synchronicities and signs, and how we know how karma is and how important it is to be righteous as we possibly can. It's more than just saying it. It's a way of life. Because life will teach us. That's the best damn teacher. I don't care who we are. Life will teach us. So, but if we're humble, a righteous humble, not where we're letting things blind us or walk all over us, but we be humble in the areas where that great divine will show us where we can be humble. Because that great divine been humble to all of us. Mother Nature, those two forces shows us so much mercy, in times where I always say that great divine loves us, even in the moments when we don't even deserve it. And many of us have been in spaces where we didn't know where else to turn but that positive force, where it pointed it right back to ourselves. And some of us in many situations, all we had was ourselves and that divine voice deep within, if we're listening to it. Because you have to have a listening spirit. The righteous listening spirit to hear good things in us, to see warnings, signs, ounce of prevention. I don't even have to finish. If you had enough woulda, coulda, shouldas, you shouldn't be having much more, so we can make it in this life and be ready for things. So we won't be in daunting situations and things we could have prevented. That's what we do righteous things for overall, to prevent things happening to us in our lives, which can divide us in our families, brothers and sisters in the world, or online. Always be the solution, brother or sister. And you don't have to be this super educated person or a person with all this money or status or anything like that. It's all about what? The heart. If you got a good heart, go for the things that's right. Anything righteous is worth thriving for, not fighting. We talking about thriving. Stay away from fighting and anger and the enemy of ego, the enemy of hate, the enemy of jealousy, the enemy of blindness, will have us going against our brothers and sisters that are trying so very hard to get brothers and sisters to see the bigger picture just so we can benefit from making the right choices and seeing the bigger enemy. There are two enemies that we need to focus on in this life. That's why I came up with this title, Stand Together and We Will Rise. And I just stopped it there. And because we can rise in many areas, it's an overall thing. It's not just one small space. We rising in ourselves. Man, we'll stand together and rise with others and understand things about one another. No one's better, just different, So that's what we got to see. Stop trying to compare and compete and who's doing this and who's got this much status and all these things. Most of us see this though. Some of us don't. That status thing and seeing somebody because they got low views and all that old mess, to give a person a chance and time. And I'm not just talking about me. I'm just talking about the overall general thing, because I've been over the social media thing a long, long time ago. Once you have graduated from the pool of the toxic side of social media, how it can mess with you and affect you psychologically. Once you have gotten away from that, and you just, you do what you love online, and you don't have too much entertainment. You're not consumed by it. As I said about money here about an hour ago on a podcast I did 1 hour ago. When the divine speaks, tells me to speak, one speaks. But when that great divine tells me to shut up, I shut up. That's just for me. I listen to that divine spirit. You have to let that divine spirit be a bully. You have to listen to it. Many of us get warnings in our inner voice, so to speak. Some of us just don't listen to it. We all get feelings in our gut. You can call it a divine spirit. You can call it a calling or something from God, the real God now, whatever we put on it. Everybody get that little instinct that tell us, we got to listen to that. We know when something ain't right, so, and again, the thing of paranoia is a thing of the past. No, it's about being aware, being ready, and being in charge of one's life. Because when we in charge of our own life, mind, body, and soul, we can help our children, our significant other, if we have one. Opposite sex, brother or sister. If you're in a friendship, relationship, marriage, and stand together and we can rise. Real talk. So, and it's just wonderful when you have that understanding that we all come from different places, different families. Many of us come through that Christianity, but you have to be awakened in oneself. Everything on the outside is not going to awaken you. The only way we can begin to awaken is we do it deep within, and only we know. And we don't have to say, hey, I'm awake. No, it'll show. Our lifestyle, our character, the way we carry ourselves, how we interact with each other will show if we awaken. But if we are debating and fighting and going against each other and looking at status and looking for the wrong in an individual, if an individual is not wrong, if you're looking for a wrong in someone, you generally know is, got a good heart, and that's brother or sister. That could be in our families, in the world, or online. If you're just looking for wrong in everything and carrying this dark cloud, then those who are aware and have that light, you will be highlighted. As I was getting ready to say a few minutes ago, there are two enemies that we need to focus on. Evil entities of the world that don't give a fuck about nobody, and the enemy deep within, because that's the worst enemy of all. Because if you don't win that, if you don't conquer that enemy within, like enemy of hate, enemy of ego, enemy of jealousy, enemy of being stagnant and not working on our purpose, we're stuck in that. We won't stand a chance against the enemy on the outside. And the little example I gave on a recent podcast I just did, entities will look at us like dummies and smile and grin right in our face. And I'm talking about those outside of melanated brothers and sisters. But I'm telling you, when you get to a space and you see this old weird ass world for the way it is, you'll be able to breathe, and you'll miss a lot of things like scams and stuff I was speaking on a little earlier. It's just things you won't sway you. When you can get to a point when things don't sway you anymore, and I don't give a damn how much money, a girl with a big butt and big boot, none of that shit. When you get to a space where none of that shit matters, then you can breathe. And you take your power. You maintain your power. Don't give our power away. This our brother, sister, family, young or old. Because when you give in to sways of the world, lusting of money, lusting of another individual, or things like that, now, of course, we're going to get little human things in us. But when we have that control, or we have that voice, when we say, and we don't do it, we don't give people our power. Because again, energy is real. You hear me say that from time to time. A lot of us speak on that. So don't go around, budget our power, just like we do money. Budget our power. Again, other teachers speak on this too, just not just me, because that's what I'm speaking on here. Stand together and we'll rise and conquer, man, and rise like the phoenix, up out the ashes. It's wonderful, you know. And we got a lot of phoenix out here. We got a lot of righteous brothers and sisters in our families too, that are standing bold and firm, not taking no shit. And see this so-called matrix for what it is. Make that devil back up. You know, make that devil fear us. You know, speak down on that devil. You know, F the devil. F negative forces that try to sway us. You know, those who are standing firm and been reachers and teachers for decades. You know, that's why I always called on that great protection from our great divine for ourselves, from ourselves, so we don't become our own worst enemy. Because that's what it is. Those who are going against melanated brothers and sisters. We should, I mean, to be honest, you know, those who are healthy, mind, body, and soul, we should know better by now. You know, just stand with one another. Take time to understand each other, gifts and things we've been through. And because when it all comes down to it, all melanated brothers and sisters, we have this magnetic spirit about us. You know, we just got to get that compass straight. You know, an example I heard from a great brother. If we all could just get that compass straight and keep that needle straight and stop letting it go all over the place and just understand and combined our melanated powers, we will be unstoppable. But it's a lot of us that are connecting out here. To be honest, I don't have any statistics, but I think there are more righteous brothers and sisters out here. It's just negativity is working overtime to keep that from being seen. That's why you can't give in to too much media streaming and social media and too much entertainment and things that can distract us. Even the most sweetest looking thing can be distractful. Real talk. So, because it goes back to a podcast I made, the honeybee theory. Well, the media, some of the media and social media is the honey. And some of us, not all of us, some of us are the bees. And they throw things out here via media, TV, politics, artists, anything to distract one from the real purpose, what we need to be on, you know. And it's like, zzz, they throw some out there, zzz, and some of us are the bees. And it's just a continuing process, you know, as we've heard, and I've said before, and I've heard many great teachers say this, brother or sister, the players change, but the game remains the same. That's why I say the devil is a punk. Real talk. Because the devil just uses the same tactics over and over and over. It's just that dummies keep falling for the same shit over and over and over. Again, if you've been through enough woulda, coulda, shouldas in life, and that could be personal life, seeing things repeat over and over, and highly weird, and these politics, just the same thing over and over and over. Like old George Carlin. You know, I know he's Caucasian, but you know, George Carlin spoke some real shit. You know, I don't know how he got away with what he spoke on, but he did, you know, and he spoke on. They run the same bullshit every 4 years and nothing changes. Only thing that can change this world and really get things moving is the righteous brothers and sisters. If they had given an opportunity to step in and really do things. But there are brothers and sisters that out here doing things and putting things in the community. I've heard it yesterday actually on the radio. So there are brothers. Be thankful for the brothers and sisters and family that are doing what they're supposed to do. You know, because if you just got right in your heart, that's an impact right there. That's good energy you're sending out. You know, so that's why I say we stand together and we rise, and you know, and we won't be divided. But there are a lot of those that are standing together. You know, and be thankful for our young brothers and sisters that see that truth out here. Because I seen that too when I was, you know, because I'm always searching for something positive, something to encourage me. You know, I like to be encouraged too. So, and now every now and then I see a little quote that encouraged me. And sometimes I'll see videos, but I don't click on to them. But I'll see sometimes just the title alone can encourage you and lift you up. and I came across this video. I just seen the title. I didn't click onto it, and it looked like it was a younger sister on the thumbnail, and it said at the bottom that a lot of young brothers and sisters are awakening and are turning away from toxic things. I mean, because things are literally right there in our face. All you have to do is just open up your damn eyes and see, see into your inner self, and then see that inner truth. Real talk. And I'm telling you, everything else will be a breeze. But I'm going to stand with brothers and sisters and my family, even through the challenging time, because when you are a deep thinker and when you have seen things in the world and Hollywood and politics, I would say politics and artists, and you just see the same things happen, the same patterns, and you just know what this matrix is. It's almost laughable. Really talk the things they do, they just keep repeating. And it's like, yeah, it's like, listening to the sways of the world and what the devil always repeats over and over. It's just like getting used to a liar. Real talk, and that's just my opinion and theories. I'm talking about patterns of the world. There's things that just keep happening. Again, players change, but the game remains the same. So those who are standing firm, really where you're reaching and teaching in the world or online, and that's my family too. Brothers and sisters, young or older, never forget, even when we're not around no one, when we stand together, we rise and stay away from petty shit, things that keep us away from tapping in to that divine spirit. That's why we have those that don't, I'm talking about those who don't mean well in the pit of their soul, and just all they care about is where they came from and what religion. Who gives a damn about that shit? Okay, well, good luck with being stagnant, because what stands in the way becomes the way. So if friction and negativity and debating, I'm talking about if you don't have righteous debating and you just debating just to look smart or trying to prove somebody wrong instead of looking at the overall picture. Hey, what stands in the way, that will be your way. So, but I will stand with brothers and sisters, even if I haven't seen them in a long time. I will spiritually stand with them, because I know what it is, and one knows the real enemy. And the enemy is not my family. It's not brothers and sisters in the world. And it's not brothers and sisters online. It's two enemies, brothers and sisters. As I said, the enemy within ourselves and the evil entities of the world don't give a damn about melanated sisters and brothers. That's what we need to focus on. So again, we stand together and we'll rise all day, every day. To my generals, brothers and sisters, family, younger or older, keep standing with the ones that are righteous out here. Salute. Keep standing firm. Don't let nothing knock us back. And I mean it. Real talk. Salute.